Welcome to the world of Hair Club for Men, a world where anything is possible if you believe in yourself. A place where many of our clients experience a renewed sense of self-confidence and excitement about their lives. Their new hair hasn't changed who they are, but it's helped to bring out the best of who they are. Hair Club for Men can do that for you. Listen as some of our clients share their success stories and how Hair Club not only changed their looks, but also their lives.
Yeah, I reached a point where I figured I owe it to not myself, but, to my family, my wife, people around me. Everybody wants to look good, family affairs, and plus in front of all these people. So I decided to look into it, and I was skeptical at first, but now I'm very pleased.
When I first went out, I was a little apprehensive. I figured, gee, everyone's going to notice, everyone's going to be able to tell. And then I had walked on the street and no one could tell, and I happened to see my best friend from college the next day, and he didn't know I was having it done. He couldn't tell at all until I told him. And I've only gotten positive responses from everyone since.
Well, it's interesting. Most of them just thought I'd shaved my beard or mustache, which I didn't have. Or they thought I gained a little weight or lost a little weight. But most of them didn't notice that I had more hair until I actually told them.
I saw myself as a balding person, basically. I noticed it more in pictures. Every time I see it in pictures, I noticed I was losing more and more hair, and it made me more self-conscious.
The first person I saw was my mother, and I walked in, and she was coming in the house, and I was upstairs, and I heard the door open, so I ran down. I said, "Close your eyes, here I come," and she walked in, and I said, "Okay, open your eyes," and her mouth just dropped, and she started crying. I looked so good, and just really, it was at that moment I knew that I had made the right choice.
Hair Club clients feel secure in knowing they can engage in any kind of lifestyle or activity without the fear of embarrassment. After all, their new hair is like their very own in any situation.
I thank the moon.
The first time Johnny Maestro, the lead singer for the popular recording group The Brooklyn Bridge, tried his new hair, it was before thousands of people.
I was worried that everyone would look and notice and say, "Look at him, he's got something on his head." And that didn't happen. It didn't happen. I was very surprised. I felt good, especially after performing in front of 10,000 people. Backstage, no one noticed, no one said a word about it. And that was the beginning. It feels like it's been there all the time. That's how natural it feels. Even at the touch, when I wash it in the shower, I don't feel anything, just hair. Lovely hair.
Champion water skier Jeff Schmidt has collected his share of trophies over the years. He's also performed in a number of water shows all across the country. His body put to the test on every jump and dangerous stunt.
I was the type of person that wanted to look as good as I possibly can all the time. And I felt like when I looked in the mirror that I wasn't totally comfortable with the way that I looked. I wanted something that looked very natural and also looked very natural when I was skiing and when my hair was very wet, and was also able to go through the type of activities that I went through, and I didn't see anything else out there that was even close to this. The quality of my life is just a lot better, and I don't think there's anything more important than that, than when you can wake up in the morning and look and feel as good as you possibly can, then it makes everything else in your life a lot more important.
Keeping in shape is more than just a hobby for former personal trainer Dan Zeller. It's his mission. The 32-year-old salesman and Hair Club member is convinced that keeping fit and eating the right foods ensure a happier and longer life for all of us. While he has always taken pride in the way he looks, Dan says something was always missing until recently.
I spend a lot of time working out, and I spend a lot of time in the gym and trying to stay fit and feel right about myself. And no matter how hard I worked out and how much time I spent, I was always very self-conscious about my hair. Even though the rest of me looked okay and I felt okay about the rest of myself, I was always thinking about my hair. And it just came a point in time when I wanted to do something about that. I noticed that I was spending more and more time in front of the mirror. When I had a full head of hair, I just blew it out and it was fine, but as I started losing my hair, it took me longer and longer and longer to try and cover up and compensate for what I obviously didn't have. So I knew it was time to do something about it. I'm much more comfortable with myself now. I was uncomfortable when I didn't have hair. Now that I have a full head of hair, people that haven't seen me in a while, they don't even know I had anything done. It's like totally natural to them.
These are just a few of the over 35,000 success stories at Hair Club for Men. It's a success story that started nearly 20 years ago when Cy, I'm not just the president, but also a client, Sperling, founded the company. Today, there are over 50 Hair Club centers nationwide. Hair Club for Men is the only hair replacement company involved with product research and development. Cy's wife Amy, the company's main troubleshooter, developed Hair Club's famous strand-by-strand system with the help of the Fashion Institute of Technology. She also pioneered the first layer cut in hair replacement, contemporary hairstyles, and a special Hair Club process which keeps the curl in the hair longer. Amy is also responsible for Hair Club's latest advancement, the new polyfuse method. The first step is to apply a liquid polymer to the perimeter of the client's thinning area. This polymer adheres to the client's own growing hair and fuses to the nylon filament foundation. This porous foundation has been fitted and shaped to the client's thinning area. If the client has existing hair on top, it is then pulled through the filaments and blended in with the new hair that has been woven into the foundation. But a full head of hair wasn't exactly what Peter Cheney wanted all at one time.
The biggest thing was I didn't want my hair all back at once. I didn't want to do something so dramatic that every single person around me knew that I had done something. So I sat and talked with one of the styling directors there, a styling consultant. So she suggested doing something more on a gradual basis, just a little bit of hair at a time, working into having a full head of hair. So she showed me what the first step would be, which would be just adding a little bit of hair to my own. She took me up through step 3, 4, and showed me what my finished hairstyle would look like. I feel good. I feel pretty good about my hair. I just wish I hadn't waited so long.
While we strongly believe in Hair Club for Men, we understand hair replacement is a very personal choice, and there are other alternatives to consider. For example, the drug minoxidil, which has been previously used to relieve hypertension, is set to grow hair, but doctors disagree on minoxidil's effectiveness.
Yes, minoxidil does grow hair. It grows hair in about a third of the patients who use it, and of that third, some grow minimal hair, and some grow fairly impressive hair. And I think the younger you are, the better. Minoxidil has a better chance of working in the younger age group than in the older age group.
It rarely reaches the point where it's worth anything in terms of walking down the street and having your friends say, hey, what's happening? You got more hair than you had the last time I saw you. That happens, but in my experience, which is considerable with minoxidil, it might be 1 in 20. No more than that.
The FDA requires the manufacturer of minoxidil to list various warnings in the drug's literature, including patients with a history of underlying heart disease should be aware that adverse effects in them might be especially serious.
Actually, I tried minoxidil and it didn't work at all. A few of my friends tried minoxidil, didn't work for them either, and I've seen a few people with surgery and they seem to look like one of those Barbie dolls.
Tony Solomon, who works as a nurse in a major metropolitan hospital, says he became a Hair Club client because he didn't want to look old before his time.
It made me feel old to be going thin at 24, for my hair to be getting so thin on top at 24 years old. I felt more like I was 44 than 24. I used to be very self-conscious of people looking at the back of my head because I was very thin in the back. And now I can walk down the street and not worry about the person standing right behind me or standing on, you know, waiting at a traffic light and the people are piling up behind me, and I think that everyone's looking down at the top of my head.
When 55-year-old Leon Siegel opted for early retirement, he also decided on a new look.
I just would like to see myself with a different look, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
But not a different me, I hope.
No, of course not.
Here's Leon.
I can't believe it. Oh, you look great. Oh, you look wonderful.
I feel wonderful.
You look terrific. Oh, you look wonderful, like a youngster.
Really?
Really, like a youngster.
I really feel young. I feel good. I looked in the mirror and I didn't see the same guy I saw this morning.
Dynamite.
Huh?
Dynamite.
You pleased?
Wonderful.
Okay, give me a hug then.
The texture is natural and just like his hair. It is his hair. It's great. I love it. I love it.
31-year-old Roger Conway is a successful account executive, and while he enjoys his work, Roger says his first love is art. He relaxes by sculpting and painting in his studio. Asked about his outlook on life, he says the word no is not part of his vocabulary. Being a hair club member seems to fit right into his lifestyle.
The hair lends itself to be extremely versatile. If you've got a lot of time to play in the hair and you've got the luxury of time, pick up the blow dryer, the brush, go ahead and take your time. If you're pressed for time, you're 15 minutes late, you got to catch up, jump out of the shower, towel dry the hair, fix it with your fingers, you know, and get going. It feels like my hair. There's nothing that I have to be extra careful about, that I have to go out of my way to protect or anything like that. It's my hair. I like the fact that I now have made the choice about my appearance. I did not ask to lose my hair. This is something which just happened to me. And for a long period of time, I thought that I would have no choice. And with Hair Club, I do have that choice. I like that.
If you would like to be saying what these hair club clients are saying, if you would like to be living a trouble-free, active lifestyle with a new full head of hair that can take years off the way you look and add vibrancy to everything you do, come and join the thousands of other satisfied clients at Hair Club for Men. It's a decision that may change the rest of your life.